Hello guys, this is another demo that we're checking out today. It is called Siberian Way. I'm trying to pull up the description here. It's a historical detective thriller. Follow the dark, non-linear story and decide how it can end. So that's the kind of thing. It's like for like fans of like Murder on the Orient Express and stuff like that. So I'm okay with that. It's kind of my vibe. I gotta see. I don't know how to read any of this though. Oh god, I can't read any of this. It's the problem. Oh, thank the Lord, I found the right thing. All right. So, not that full. I mean, not a full game. Your decisions affect the fate of the characters and course of your events. Of courses of events. Be careful, every choice has consequences. So, you know, it's another one of these choice-based. You can tell that I like these.
Вы что, спите?
Here, are you asleep?
Нет, просто задумался.
Already looks
А что-нибудь
polished.
показать можете?
No, I was just thinking, is there anything you can show me? Anything you know how to do?
Вы хотите чего-то еще?
Oh, you want something
Да,
more?
убедите
Yes, convince me.
Ну, хорошо. Вы слышали о
all right.
картах Таро?
You've heard of tarot cards.
Слышал, конечно. Мы даже немного развлекались в студенчестве.
I've heard of it, of course. We even had with them a little fun when we were students.
Надо не развлекаться, а обстоятельно их изучать. Это не шутки. На самом деле весьма серьезная вещь.
We should not have fun, but study them thoroughly. It's not a joke. It's actually quite serious.
Хотите погадать мне на будущее?
Would you like to tell my future?
Нет. На
No,
будущее.
the future is not
неинтересно.
interesting. Our future
Наше
hasn't happened
будущее
yet.
еще не случилось
and depends on
и
our
зависит
past.
от нашего прошлого.
There's no point in
Гадать
guessing
на него
about it,
бессмысленно. Разве что рассмотреть разные варианты.
except
А
to
вот
consider
показать
different
вам
options.
прошлое я могу.
But I can show you the past. I'm trying not to talk over her, but I'm not sure when she's actually gonna stop.
Ну, это не фокус. Биография моя известна. Сам могу пересказать.
It's not a trick. My biography is known. I can recount it myself.
А если то, что вы никому не рассказывали и ото всех старательно прятали?
What if it's something you haven't told anyone? You've been hiding it from everyone.
У
Ooh.
меня чистая биография, мне скрывать нечего.
I have a clean background. I have nothing to hide. Says every person ever.
Ой, Ли. Так что, не боитесь? Мне раскинуть карты?
Oh yeah? So you're not afraid? Should I play my cards?
А давайте.
Oh, let's do it.
Тогда встретимся здесь через полчаса. Мне еще подготовиться надо. К тому же потом за вами рассказ о себе. Вы обещали.
Then meet me here in half an hour. I have to get ready. Besides, you'll have to tell me your story after. You promised.
Милостивый государь, Илья Федорович.
Gracious Lord, I cannot. Ilya Fedorovich? Help.
Что такое? Артемий Борисович, вы
Oh God, this one's harder.
официальное письмо пишете. Что-то случилось?
I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce that. It almost looks like Artemis, though. What is it? You talk like you're writing an official letter. Did something happen? Okay, so let me try to just see. So this is me. I'm Savin. So that's this guy. It's him. I hope that in whatever comes forward from the mystery, that they have the face with the name, because I'm sorry, but I do not speak
Боюсь, что да.
this.
Может случиться. Прекратите говорить с девицей Андреевой. Вы дело наше погубите.
Oh, okay. I see. Ah, okay. So maybe it takes place in Siberia? Okay, I don't see anything about... It just says... You know, it's called Siberian Way. So I think maybe it just takes place in Siberia, you know, I don't know, but... I'm not good with languages, so I apologize, because I really... You know, I don't know what's happening.
Почему? Мы весьма мило беседуем. Сейчас она какие-то фокусы обещала показать.
But I knew it was in English, so we just do it this way. But why? We're having a very nice conversation. Now she's going to show me some tricks.
Умоляю вас,
The
Илья
way you
Фёдорович,
said
дорогой
that, the
мой,
way I said
Христом
that.
Богом молю, не делайте этого. Это великий грех.
I beg you. My dear, I beg you by Christ, don't do it. It's a great sin. Oh my god.
Чего не делать? Я просто хочу посмотреть.
He's gonna be like, your curiosity. It killed the cat. It's like, I don't know. I feel like, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but to me it's like, if you take it as like a parlor trick and like something intriguing, but not something that you're like betting your life on, then it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? But like, don't be sitting here thinking that your entire future is controlled by this, you know, like, I mean, this is a game, right? So it could be. But in real life, it's just that kind of stuff. I'm just like...
Она отца своего околдовала и вас околдует. Ведьма она. Поберегите себя.
She bewitched her father, and she'll bewitch you. Oh, I thought it said your father. Her father. And she'll bewitch you. She's a witch. Don't fool yourself.
Чего вы ерунду-то городите? Вы же современный человек. Хотите, посидите с нами, посмотрите. Думаю, она не будет против.
Oh, so you can hide the interface. That's nice. And then you can go to your journal. It's spelled wrong. I'm not trying to be that person, but just so they know it's spelled wrong. So you can go back into your log, but I don't know if like we go to another scene and it resets. So on off sound. I could turn off the sound, but I feel like it's part of the game. I don't want to turn off the audio, even though I keep pausing. I have a gun. The 3-line Nagant help revolver model of 1895. Officer's version with a double action trigger mechanism. Savin is in no hurry to use it, preferring other ways to solve problems. Yay. Photographs from the police morgue. Ooh. The bodies are mutilated beyond recognition. No evidence of crime has been found, only brutal wounds. Oh lordy. Okay, we should read this. What is this? So you could read it in like what it's actually written as. To a state counselor. Oh, to state counselor, official on special orders. Soviet. So we're a state counselor. Gracious sir. Can you imagine? As chief of police of this area, I've been informed that you are investigating a series of unfortunate events that occurred during the construction of the railway. I've already notified your superiors that you must keep me informed. In St. Petersburg... Didn't we play something recently that mentioned St. Petersburg? Wait, the tavern one that I was just playing yesterday, okay. Okay, I was about to say... Okay, maybe that one's in Siberia. Oh my god. I'd never figured out where that one was taking place. The press is requested to participate as rumors of what has happened have already leaked into the newspapers. On our side, the press will be represented by Vasilisa Andrediva, who will accompany you during your investigation. This has been authorized, the official authorization of the police department. P.S. Since the paramedic has run away from the construction site, and I don't have any extra people at the moment, I'm sending you with the police doctor. Is that this guy? Wait. As you are well aware, my daughter has secured the right to participate in your investigation. Moreover, she will go with you to the construction site, to the scene of the crime as a journalist. This unfortunate fact remains for me to testify and confirm. After her training in St. Petersburg, has taken a great deal of will and independence, and I, as a father, can do nothing with her. As a police officer, I can only guard and protect her in every possible way. Your superiors highly appreciate you and speak highly of your service abilities. So I'm asking you as a father, if you can take her out of it, I'll owe you one. Something tells me hope is futile, so I implore you to keep her safe. If anything happens to her, you know what I mean. I don't need to tell you. Burn this note after reading it. You don't want anyone to know of my weakness. What? Excuse me? If you can talk her out of it, I'll owe you one. Oh, I read it wrong. I read if you can take her out of it. If you can talk her out of it, I owe you one. But he said it's probably futile. He said if anything happens to her, you know what I mean. I don't need to tell you. What does that mean? What does he want us to do? Burn this note. Oh god, how do I get out of here? Escape. Okay, there you go. That worked. It's the first time that's worked in all these demos. Everything escape has been like inventory, like brings up the map. Like one of them I was like, the map, really? Okay, let's see. Okay. So that's the police guy. What about him? Oh, that's him. Okay. What was the thing that I just read? Police chief. Oleg. Let me see if he's on here. He's not. So this guy isn't the chief. He's just a warden. Okay. I'm just trying to get my bearings here on the characters before we add more to the mix.
Пойду молиться за вас. Вот, возьмите.
No way. No, I won't. I'm going to pray for you. Here you go.
Что это?
What's that?
Образ святителя Николая Чудотворца, покровителя и защитника всех путешествующих. Он сбережет вас от сглаза и порчи. Это образ со святой горы Афон.
The image of Saint Nicholas, the wonder worker, the patron saint and protector of all travelers. He will protect you from the evil eye and splurge. This is an image from the holy Mount Athos. I'll take it.
Хорошо. Только для вашего спокойствия.
I'm
Вы
not,
в здравом
you know,
рассудке еще понадобитесь.
I'm Christian. I'll take it.
Вот так, ликом наружу.
I mean, I don't know if my character
Всегда в
is, but
кармане носите.
I'm
Благослови
not
вас
scared of
Господь.
idols. Like, you know, like, something like that's supposed to be positive. It's like someone giving you a 4-leaf clover. Like, you're just gonna take it, right? Like this, face out. You can always carry it in your pocket. God bless you.
О, любезный Артемий Борисович воротился. Вы тоже теперь с нами? Хотите поприсутствовать при сеансе, Артемий Борисович? У меня своя система, и она никогда не подводит.
Bro has returned. Are you with us now too? Would you like to attend a seance? I have my own system and it never
Нет уж.
fails.
Увольте меня от этого.
Вот ведь беда-то какая. Полицейский надзиратель.
Ну и пусть его. Кстати,
Let him
отец
have it.
весьма ценит его как хорошего служаку. Так приступим?
By the way, his father thinks he's a very good servant. Shall we begin? I don't know what that means. So why is one red? Oh, that one's unavailable.
Знаете, Василиса, я немного устал. Давайте отложим.
So it didn't give me the option. Is that because I took the thing?
Вы как девица нерешительная. Ну что же, воля ваша. Я не навязываюсь. Всего доброго, Илья Федорович. Приятных снов.
You're like an indecisive maiden, but well, it's up to you. I'm not imposing. Goodbye. Pleasant
И вам
dreams.
приятных снов, Василиса Олеговна.
And pleasant dreams to you. Wow. I want the
Утром
spot.
следующего дня поезд подъезжал к конечному пункту своего пути. За окном было белым-бело от свежевыпавшего снега.
The next morning, the train was approaching the final point of its journey. Outside the window, it was whitely white. What? With freshly fallen snow. It might just be the translation.
Скоро
being weird
подъезжаем,
there.
Илья Федорович.
We'll be there soon.
А как вы определили?
How come?
Да очень просто. Только что на столбе были цифры. Через 2 версты приедем. Да и паровоз ход сбавил. Как прибудем, давайте так сделаем. Первым я пойду. Все-таки сибиряк свой. Потом вы. А барышне вообще лучше не показываться.
They're calling her young lady, but it looks like she has some, like, streaks in her hair, like... And she doesn't look like a child. Anyway. It's very simple. There were numbers on the pole just now. Ah, okay, so that must tell them the length of how far they are. We'll be there in 2 versts, and the locomotive has slowed down. When we arrive, let's do this. I'll go first. After all, I'm a Siberian and local. Then you and the young lady better not show her face at all.
Это почему еще?
Why is that?
Потому что это вы там у себя в Красноярске под крылом батюшки всем командуете. А тут мы, начальники, слушаться беспрекословно.
Because it's you there. Under the wing of the privy councillor, who are calling the shots. And here we are in charge. Obey without questions.
Да как вы? Да у меня удостоверение есть. И письмо от полицмейстера.
How can you? I've got a certification and a letter with the police chief.
Здесь местные мужики долгое время
Did I
совсем
skip something on
бесплатно
accident?
голодали. Каторжники, солдаты, да и вольнонаемные тоже не самые деликатные люди. Многие вооружены. Если они вдруг всем скопом на вас нападут,
Maybe I will turn it off. Oh, it turns off all of the sound.
штатное оружие, но я один.
Oh, that's terrible.
Господин Савин не вооружен, насколько знаю.
I could just turn down the voice volume, but I hate to do it. It's such a vital part of it. It's just gonna make the video longer. Sorry. Convicts, soldiers, and freelancers are not the most delicate people either. Many are armed. If they come at you all of a sudden, we just can't keep them out. They will. I have a standard issue weapon, but I'm alone. Sir Seven is unarmed as far as I know.
Не совсем так. У меня с собой револьвер Нагана на 7 патронов.
Not exactly. I carry a 7-round Nagant
Я тоже
revolver.
вооружена. Вот.
I'm armed too.
Чего молчите?
Why don't you say something?
Это хорошо, чтобы прострелить ногу неумелому любовнику. Причем в упор. Так что слушайтесь нас беспрекословно.
Ah,
Беспрекословно.
so it's not
Я
a strong.
отвечаю за вашу безопасность.
It's not a
перед
strong
вашим
weapon.
отцом.
And you'd have to be at
Артемий
point
Борисович,
blank range.
А как мы объясним, что я не вышел из поезда?
So you obey us without question. I am responsible for your safety to your father. Okay, so I am responsible for your safety. Like his father, her father told him. Yes, how do we explain that? I didn't get off the train.
Например, приступ радикулита. Нет? Не подойдет? Ну тогда просто горячка. Тоже нет.
Like a sciatica attack? I don't know what that is. No, that wouldn't work. Well, just a fever then. Also no.
Так договоримся. Мы с вами выходим вместе, без Андреевой, конечно. Поздороваемся со встречающими и сразу разделимся.
Here's the deal. You and I go out together without her. Of course. We'll say hello to the people and meet them, and then we'll split up. You'll go to the local authorities. I'll inspect the bodies and talk to the workers. We have to do it at the same time so that they don't have time to share and discuss our actions and questions.
Рабочее начальство? Не думаю.
Workers and supervisors. No, I don't think so. No, let's just go everywhere together without separating. It's more respectable that way. And you, Vasilia, lock yourself in your compartment and sit as quietly as if there's no one else. I'll arrange for security later. Have a soldier assigned. She's not gonna go for that, bro.
Лучше пусть мне оружие выделит, если мой Деринджер у вас доверия не вызывает.
Better get me a gun if you don't trust my Deringer. I think we're here. So she's gonna go for
Здравствуйте,
it.
господа. Честь имею представиться, начальник участка Растряхаев Игорь Родионович.
Greetings, gentlemen. I have the honor to introduce myself. Head of the site. Igor. Igor?
Статский советник Савин, чиновник по особым поручениям. С господином Рахновым, думаю, вы уже
State
знакомы.
counselor. An official for special assignments. I think you already know.
Разумеется. Позвольте представить...
Of course. Allow me to introduce my companions. Maybe I'll actually go in here and just lower the voices. I hate to do it, but oh god. For the sake of playing the game and having the music, if the dialogue wasn't so long, it would be fine, but I don't want to talk over it because it feels weird. And then I'm like, I can't keep my own rhythm because I'm hearing so much, so I just turned it off. Apologies. Of course. I think the voice acting is fine, you know, but I can't. I don't understand it, and I don't want to talk over it, so. Of course. Allow me to introduce my companions. I'd like you to meet them. This is Father Nicodem, our priest. Okay, one of them is the priest. Probably one of these two. Lieutenant C. Taha. Oh god. Oh, this must be his last name. Okay. Commands a platoon of soldiers, and this is Engineer Bronson. Please love and favor. I don't know what that means. Where do you wish to go first? Any new victims? They found it yesterday morning, our workers. Were the workers found, or are they the bodies of the workers? Our workers found the dead bodies of other workers. The first one was at the tunnel itself, right at the entrance. The other is just outside the construction site, almost in the taiga. Why did they go to the taiga, even in winter? We used to collect fur buds. Our paramedics said to take it for scurvy. By the way, I don't see him. He should have come back with you. They didn't want to tell you. After the corpses were transported to our morgue, he immediately disappeared. Then we found out that he took a ticket for the next train to OB station and left. Dr. Kilmov has taken his place. I see. Have you tried telegraphing the arrest? They immediately telegraphed to OB, but for some reason they failed to intercept him there. He went further away. It is not known where he went. To what station? He ran away then. Chickened out. Yes, it turns out. Where was the first victim found? First body was found right here. Position of corpse, direction. Lying on his back, hands above his head over there. Blood footprints? There was no blood at all. How's that? We were surprised nothing came out of the lacerated throat, just gruesome wounds, that's all. Strange that there was no blood. The nature of the injuries is the same as on the corpses you saw in the morgue. Footprints? There are footprints, but some obscure. What do you mean incomprehensible? Human, animal, what kind? They were oval prints in the snow, shallow, an inch long. I've never seen anything like it before. People are scared, lest there be panic and rioting. Many workers and even soldiers have already deserted. Where is Father Nicodem? He was with us. He's having a service at our church right now. Would you like to attend? What do you mean, by all means? Like, what kind of priest, you know? What kind of priest is this guy? What? We're not gonna go look at the, we're not gonna do our job. We're just gonna go to church and then go to, and then go to lunch. This is not like a friend hangout, you know? I'm just joking. You know. We'd be honored. Why don't we meet in my compartment in an hour? I'll take a walk around the construction site. Have a look around. Do you mind? No objections. You're in charge. Okay, so he's gonna escort me. New question. So the other guy's gonna go to the church then? They've already done their investigations here. How do you know? Talk to someone who knows. Have you been drinking? Told you to sit tight and keep your hands down. Don't yell at me. Excuse me, mademoiselle. That's better. How are the results? I took offense to that. Either we work seriously like men and help each other as agreed, or we play the offended young ladies and sit. Okay, I see. Either we work seriously like men and help each other as agreed, or we play like offended young ladies and sit under lock and key. By the way, I've arranged for security. There will be a couple of soldiers on duty. There's been a lot of interest. And how are the results? No results, sadly. The tracks were trampled. The crime scene was disturbed. No one even thought to sketch what was there. And who was so quick and skillful? Did your significant other happen to say? He did. All three of them at once, independently of each other. Don't keep me waiting. I'm dying of curiosity. Who are these three men? Oh, Jesus. I need to get some water for this. Alrighty, guys. I'm sorry if the, freaking, dryer was annoying. I don't know if I closed the door or not. I meant to do that. I have my coffee now, though, so that should help. The first is the construction manager himself. He is convinced that it was the work of escaped deserters. Second is the local priest, Father Nicodem. He's convinced it's the fault of a fierce beast we've never seen or known. That's what he says. What the fuck? And the third is the English Gregory Bronson, whom everyone here calls Gregory. Blah blah. This one believes that, I don't mean blah blah, but like, I can't pronounce it. Like, I feel so bad. I know they're not even like real people. Well, it might be it's historical, so it might be based on something real. But I feel really bad, but I cannot pronounce that, and I will butcher it. This one believes that because of the explosive and construction work awakened ancient sleeping entities, and revenge for the destruction of habitual habitat, and everyone has his own argumentation. Not uninteresting, I must say. Okay, so two of them are blaming stuff that's, like, not even real, and then one person says it's deserters. So are these the three people that he thinks could be, like, the potential people that actually, you know, caused it, the perpetrators? Or does he think that these are just some excuses that the people claim might have happened? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't understand. I feel like I missed something. What the hell's an Englishman doing here, and what the hell brought him here? Oh, it's a strange story. I'd say mysterious. He's here at the insistence of St. Petersburg Imperial Academy of Sciences. I don't get it. I didn't understand it at first, but Father Nicodem explained it. As you may have guessed, he's the one I was talking to. Turns out Bronson is a member of the Royal Society. Well, that's, I know what the Royal Society is next. He's an English mining engineer, but here he collects and records beliefs of the local peoples, legends, rituals, customs. Why? I asked the same thing, and Father Nicodem replied he's probably writing a scientific essay. How clever of Father Nicodem. How did he end up here? Says he was exiled for criticizing his superiors, forced to take monastatic. I don't know what that means. But it's probably spending time in a monastery, if I'd assume. Is that the words he said? No, these are my words. He said it differently. You can ask him if you want, but it has nothing to do with our case. All the people on this site are relevant to our case, for now. There are free laborers, convicts, a few engineers, and some soldiers. A priest, and there was supposed to be a paramedic, but he left to escort the bodies to the place that we found them. Or the place that they all have them. I cannot pronounce that. As it turned out, everyone thought he had come up with us. Didn't come back. He ran away then. Looks like he did. He's gone. Well, the precinct commander said as much. That's too bad because, as you may have heard, there are new victims. Borisovich and I were invited to lunch with the site manager. We dined with him. That's where we agreed on you. I had already taken all the necessary pictures on my camera. When did you have time? Long time coming. I think I have a pretty good idea what might have happened here. Would you mind sharing? Oh no, I don't think so. I don't want to interfere with your investigation. Oh, go Chica! Oh, tell them how it is. This is so great. I love that she's like a strong, independent woman that don't need no man. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want a guy either in this society. This is ridiculous. By the way, have you noticed that they've placed soldiers near our train? All with rifles, and each one can see the other two. Doesn't that bother you? It always goes to the bottom. I don't know why it does that. Maybe because I'm clicking from the bottom. No, why would you? No, why would you? I asked for your protection. You should have seen the face of the station chief when I told him that the daughter of the police chief was with us. He agreed that there was no arguing about it, and added that as a host party, he was simply obliged to ensure our security and protection. He ordered the lieutenant to provide soldiers. I feel like I'm under arrest, like a prisoner. Have you ever been a prisoner of war? Don't let it go to your head. I'll see you at dinner. I wanted to wait for the young lady to leave. I heard the whole thing. What an attack on our heads. I'm getting used to her. Here's what I'm wondering. How she was able to talk to him if he was first with us, then went to serve lunch, then joined us at the sir in charge of the station. There's no difficulty at all. After lunch, I went straight to the site director's office where I met you. Father Nikodem joined us later. There was plenty of time. Tell me, have you ever seen the prints of snowshoes used by the locals? No, what are these? Oh, Jesus. These are devices worn on the feet for walking in the snow. So I guess like snowshoes. The wider and longer they are, the less a person falls through the snow. Snowshoes can be oval, called bare, and also with two narrow ends, tail ends. They vary in width. The bare ones are usually used by women and children, while the tail ones are used by men. And these oval tracks that the guy was talking about reminded me very much of snowshoes of the locals. It's late now, it's getting dark, but tomorrow we'll go and have another good look at the places where the corpses are found. We'll go deeper into the taiga. There should be traces of your snowshoes there. But their plans were not destined to come true. As soon as it got dark, the wind picked up and a blizzard began, turning into a real storm. Oh ho ho! Yeah, I think we should send the soldiers back. It's not like we're going anywhere. So just judging on, like, just looking at the art. Let me put this away. It's like they all move and, like, you can see her expression. Or maybe it's not gonna do it now, but her expression was changing as I got, see, she's like mad, as I got to when I first got here, when I switched from the dialogue. So it's cool because, like, they're actually animated in a way, not like a ton, like they go through the same loop, but it's animated. I wasn't paying too much attention to that earlier, but it's cool all the same. You know, Vasilia, I wouldn't worry about it now. If I were you, let the officer have a headache. He's responsible for his soldiers. I'm more concerned that we won't see any trace of them. Judging by the lack of blood. Oh, any trace of them in the taiga. Judging by the lack of blood, the murder took place in the forest, and someone brought the bodies here. Or... Okay, so that's just a random extra line. We also have to interview the workers and soldiers. That's going to be harder than Father Nikodem to get them to talk. So we're going to need more than Father Nikodem to get them to talk. Some of this is not translated well. I know this is a demo, but I hope they'll fix that. In this weather, I wouldn't even put a husky dog outside, let alone people alive. I think I should make some frostbite ointment tomorrow. Somebody could use it. Gentlemen. Vasilia. Gentlemen and Vasilia, because she, she's different. It's been a busy day. I suggest we send everyone to rest. We'll sleep on the train for now, but I think we should look for a room in the camp itself. Sleep well. Feeling anxious, I don't think I'll be able to sleep anytime soon, but at least we have to try. The first night, Seven became overwhelmed by bad, strange dreams or delusions. Something called him from the depths of the taiga, beckoned him, attracted him. Oh ho ho! What could it be? Ooh, I love this. I love the watercolors. Greetings, gentlemen. I have the honor to introduce myself. I'm the head of the site. Our workers found the dead bodies of other workers. The first one was at the tunnel itself, right at the entrance. The others just outside the construction site, almost in taiga. They were oval prints in the snow, shallow, an inch long. I've never seen anything like it before. People are scared, lest there be panic and rioting. Many workers and even soldiers have already deserted. Okay. Where's Father Nikodem? He was with us. The Trail of the Beast. By the end of the night, the snowstorm had abated, and after dawn, it stopped altogether. Sovin was able to go to the investigation. Trouble again. Oh, wish you good health, Your Excellency. Leave it, Lieutenant. I'm not Your Excellency. Call me Ilya. I'll try to just do the first names. Call me Ilya. What's the matter? Yes, stand down, Ilya. There's another dead man, just like the others. We didn't see it right away. It was covered with snow, just like last time at the edge of the taiga. We didn't touch anything. See, I don't know what this means. Does that mean snowstorm? We didn't touch anything. Didn't let anyone near. We were also displeased that they trampled everything with their feet. So I ordered you not to let anyone near. You did the right thing. Well done. I'll go get my doctor and my colleague and we'll take a look. I don't know what he's trying to insinuate here. That's how it is. And I was hoping that with our arrival. What was he hoping? Then he's just like, lead the way. What was he hoping? Oh shit. Who found them? I found them. You're Ilya. In the morning, I decided to pick fir buds. I'm the tallest here. I'm better able to do it, and it wouldn't hurt to stretch my legs. And here it is, lying there. Immediately, I ordered to check the surroundings, see if there's anything. They're checking now. That's right. You're doing great. Glad to try your Ilya. I just... Don't come any closer. I'm myself. Who's that? Judging by the boots. Engineer. The engineer is the one that's dead? Why would he come here? Without me again, let me in. We've gotta get a picture of all this. Let her through, you're right, we should take a picture. Nobody touched anything, go ahead, do it. Just be careful not to make any more tracks. It's all photographed. Don't go yet, you may still be needed. She's got her little fur coat. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is creepy. Oh god, they're uncovering it. Oh god, that's gross. The investigator took off one glove, carefully began to brush the snow off the corpse's face. A disfigured face was revealed, literally torn as if by huge fangs. Wow. So something did it. Because of the significant damage to the face, it was no longer possible to speak of any facial features. Then Seven began to shovel away the top layer of snow around the head of the body. Having reached some level that only he alone knew, the investigator expanded the cleared area in all directions by about a meter. Then he thought a little and began to shovel the top snow from the small area between the body and the nearest trees. It seemed to him that beneath the fresh, loose snow there were still tracks in the layer of older, denser snow. It looked like drag marks. Yeah, so it got dragged here. And it looks like it's not eating the corpse. Like, it totally ripped apart the person, but it didn't eat them. Didn't eat the, like, you know what I mean? So it's not hungry. That's it. Do another one, please. Now you're free to go. Damn, woman. That's so funny. However, she has a camera, and she is excellent with it. My superiors didn't even see fit or didn't think to provide me with such a device, and she does. Photography is a new word in police work. You can't do without it these days. Lieutenant, would you mind coming into the carriage with us and having a little chat? Let's get the details straight and write them down before they're forgotten. As you command. Damn, woman. Leonid, tell us briefly about yourself. Where are you from? How you got here? What's there to tell? I'm a local myself, from Irkutsk? I cannot. I'm so sorry. I served in a regiment. One day I had an argument with another lieutenant. He insulted my mother, whom he'd never even met. I couldn't stand it. He would not survive today, then. With all the your mom jokes. The right thing to do would have been to challenge him to a duel, but I did it the simple way. I kicked him in the face with all my might, and he was a little weak. He ended up in the infirmary, so first they wanted to demote me, but my comrade stood up for me, told me what happened. He probably means told them what happened. So they assigned me to guard the convicts. Maybe you saw something, heard something, when these deaths started. Believe me, I didn't hear anything. Dogs were yapping, yes, but they often lie at night, and then when the corpses started to turn up, we collected them and sent them. You haven't heard from anyone else? Maybe someone told you something. And who could? Neither the chief nor the father nor all the engineers said anything like that. Gregory is a man of his own mind. He won't say a word, and he doesn't drink with us. How is he still alive? Here among the taiga, it's impossible without it. And when we get together and wonder how it could have happened, we discuss it, yes. But we haven't come to any common ground. But I have an opinion. I don't know if it's useful. Yes. That's my take on the tiger. What? Okay. That's interesting. What led you to that conclusion? So he thinks it's a tiger? I guess that makes sense. But also... Are there tigers in Russia? Or like northern that part of Europe? Because I know they're in India. I mean, this is supposed to be like 1900s, right? They're kind of endangered now. I didn't know that they would be this far north, but I guess I didn't realize. And that's true. Russia extends all the way across Asia, almost, as well, so... Yeah. A bear's grip isn't like that. Neither do wolves. Bobcats are a little small, and they don't attack people. I'm pretty sure they could if they wanted to. So I think it's a tiger. There's no one else. The old man says there were tigers here. There were. Only a long time ago. Ah, okay. And they were few in number, and when hunters came with guns, they killed them all. So I guess they didn't kill them all. There were some left, and when the road was built here, those tigers started attacking people. Yeah, it's an interesting thought, but an animal like that wouldn't just attack someone for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you provoke it, sure. If you go out in its territory, sure. But these are, like, stacked bodies at this point. It wouldn't just go out of its way to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like... I mean, unless it has no food, but like we saw, it's not hungry. Like, it's just attacking to attack kind of vibe. It would have to be, like, a caged animal that's free. You know what I mean? That's just like, oh my god, I can attack everything now. That's an interesting thought, thank you. I'll have to think about it. Just don't tell anyone about our conversation. Tigers, you say? Right away. If anyone asks, I'll be in the dining car. Okay. Witnesses. Yes, I have Engineer Bronson here to see you. May he come in? Of course he may. How long has he been freezing out there? Just got here. Then ask. Greetings. I also wanted to talk with you. As you know, Ilya, I wouldn't like you to call me by my Russian name right now. Call me Mr. Bronson. Alright, Mr. Bronson, have a seat. Would you like to warm up a little in the cold? Would you like to warm up a little in the cold? I don't know why, that was confusing for me. Thank you, but no. I don't drink alcohol. If you'll excuse me, I'll get right to the point. Of course you are. I'm listening to you very carefully. Have you had any interest in the anthology? Or infography? I've never heard of that. Of the local area. No, you should. Here live the Karagaz people, who are incorrectly called the Siberian Tartars. Oh my god, I just thought of like tartar sauce. The Karagaz people have a rich local folklore. How do you say it in Russian? Pavoria? Yes, yes. Fairy tales, legends, and legends. Well, they have a tale about the evil master of Dag-Iza Mountain. In Russian, it's the Devil's Mountain. In the old days, the spirit of the mountain, acknowledged as the master of the mountain, came out from time to time and harmed people, killed hunters, slaughtered animals. In the old days, people outsmarted the mountain spirits and drove it inside the mountain and sealed it up so that it could never come out again. So this is one of those legends, right? Do you think it's going to be a thing where it's like someone mimicking what the legend says, but they're actually causing all of this to happen? And it's just someone going on a murder spree. Okay. I think it's prudent to show interest in all of the options, but I don't know if that's going to hurt me. Where is that Devil's Mountain? Is it far away? They're trying to tunnel through it right now. Oh, even so, I see. Thank you. If you need me, I'll be at your service. So the priest is visiting. Yeah, it definitely seems Russian. Should I look up where Siberia is? I feel like such a freaking dummy. I'm usually pretty good with geography, actually, despite being American. I feel like that's such a stereotype, but it is Russia. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. And they have Siberian tigers. Yeah. I already knew that about the tigers, but god, I thought Siberia was a country. I didn't know that it was in Russia. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so now I kind of understand a little bit better. So we're in Russia, and they don't like the English guy. Makes sense. Nobody likes the English except the English. You know, like, in these kind of situations. Oh, so rude. Anyway, offer a drink. Maybe some vodka? Give it a shot. The priest is, everyone else like, no, I don't drink. The priest is like, hit me up. Are you allowed? Not a sin. What kind of sin is that? Wine is given to us by God. Our Savior Jesus Christ drank wine. Ah, so he is Christian, then. Of some sort. So did his disciples. I agree with that, you know? Jesus drank wine. As long as there's no overindulgence, you good. I have some thoughts on what's going on here. I have to share. I'm listening. I talk to everyone. The leadership, the soldiers, and the convicts. I'm the only one with the opportunity and the privilege. I hear a lot, I know a lot. We won't touch on the secret of confession, and it won't be necessary. Has the sir told you about the tigers? The tigers. They're just cute little guys. They just want some pets. That's what he tells everyone here. I will give you my biography at once, to save you time. I entered the academy, got married, got a parish in Volodica. I was widowed early, and there was a cause. What would you do if I saw that your superior was a bribe taker, a treasurer, a leecher, and a drunkard? I was widowed earlier, and there was a case. I read cause. Sorry. Okay. I'm just, like, intrigued, because this guy says he's, like, a Christian, and they call him a priest, but bro is sitting here like I was married. Yeah, a lot of Christian, yeah, you're allowed to be married, but I come from, like, Catholic, like, you cannot get married. There are a few instances now, though, where it's like, you could be widowed, but it's still very, like, against the grain. They're so particular. Difficult but necessary. I wrote immediately to the holy Snod. That can't be right. I had to have said that wrong. It can't be right. I wrote everything as it was, and they forwarded my letter with instructions to sort it out, and the very person I had written to. As a result, I was forced to take the monastic. Okay, so he was forced to take, like, time in monastery and sent to Siberia to work on a construction site. So this is like... So he kind of got in trouble for doing that, or were they sending him away to keep him safe? I'm kind of confused. What about tigers? Are they here? Who knows? It's God's will. I haven't seen it myself, so I won't lie. You don't plan on to come to my confession. Or are you a godless man? Be honest. To be honest, I'm pretty far from religion. I'm more of a man of science, so to speak. that a Darwinist or something? I don't think it's a good time to talk about the theories of human origins. I mean, even today, I think you can, like, you know, science can go with religion. But this was, like, the 1900s, right? Maybe earlier, so... Actually, I think it's probably, like, the 1800s. No! It would have to be really late 1800s. Because they have photography. Right? So it would have to be, like, almost... When did the camera come out? Because it was, like, I think it was late 1800s. 1816! Holy snap, so it was way, way earlier than I thought. When it became available to the public. It was almost 1900. Okay, so I was right. Damn, so they had it for, like, 70 years. And it didn't become available. That's crazy, dude. Okay. Well, good to know. Little history lesson. So yeah, I was about right. It's, like, close to the 1900s. But this could be any time from, like... He said that the cameras were pretty important. So it's probably somewhere around, like, 1890 to, like, early 1900s. There are no theories, and there can be none. I don't think it's when they just came out, because, you know, he mentioned that, like, oh, you know, you can't do a case anymore without them. They're so important. So they've been around for a little bit. There are no theories, and there can be none. Man was created in the image and likeness of God. It's written in the Bible, which means it's the only truth. Oh, God, here we go. Or do you think I'm a monkey? Or do you? Listen, that's... We could get into this whole thing, and I'm not going to, but I'm just gonna say, you know, they could be tied together. They don't have to be two different things. You know, there can still be someone that created everything. And maybe we didn't start out looking like we look now, because, you know, evolution. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be something that's separate. I don't know if we should drink more. Let's just agree with him, right? As you say, Father. Oh, God be with you. I understand business service. I'm going to go. Yes, Ilya. You're not idle either, I see. I can't catch a break, so I'm listening to you very carefully. I'm not used to all this, like, all the pleasantries. They keep, like, taking me out of the experience, because I'm so not used to it. People are so rude today. People are so direct today. There's no, like, oh, yes, we need to have a whole conversation before we actually have the conversation. You know? I have a thought on construction site woes. I must share it. You know, there are convicts assigned here for unskilled labor, right? They're guarded by a platoon of soldiers. Of course I know. There have been escapes. Escapees. Just think that's a really funny word. Including group escapes. Escape me. Believe me, winter's no time to escape from custody. Only madmen would do such a thing. Frost, snow, taiga, wolves. Sometimes you meet a rogue bear. That's the one that didn't lay down for the winter. Ah, so the bear that didn't go into hibernation, because he's so hungry. He didn't get enough food the year before, so couldn't go into hibernation. And he's like, they don't usually live till spring. But when they're still walking, they roam and attack anything that comes up, because they're probably starving, you know? Do you think a rogue bear got them? That's the thing, it doesn't look like it. But it does look like someone is willing to pretend to be such a bear. This is what I was thinking. I was thinking that somebody was staging it. So I'm thinking it's the same escaped convicts. They made themselves clubs with animal fangs, and they're killing people for guns, for food supplies, for what? Maybe it's gotten to the point of cannibalism. why it's happened. Cold and hunger have made them mad. They don't know what they're doing. It's an interesting thought. I'll definitely look into it. Have you seen anything yourself? Have you heard anything? No, nothing that suspicious, I'd say. Well, I'll be off. No one's going to do my business for me. Oh, the doctor. Okay. Okay, the doctor we're gonna listen to really carefully. Oh, he was a zoologist. Holy shit, that's awesome. Before I entered the medical faculty of university. Why would you go from zoology to medicine? I mean, I guess for practicality. That's the only reason, especially back then. But I just think zoology is so cool. And to me, I just would never want to go in the medical field. Like, ever. But it's my own personal, like, I don't like hospitals kind of thing. I mean, I think that medicine is very important. I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable, so I wouldn't want to work there every day. But zoology is so cool. It's expensive to study, though. I almost wish I did zoology. I feel like I would have really liked it. But they didn't really have that option where I went to school. I took one course, then transferred to medical faculty within the loss of a year. It's not my thing to chase butterflies and count the stripes on tiger skin. What? That's not the only thing you do. You learn the biology. I mean, maybe they didn't have that much then. You learn so much from zoology. Did they tell you about tigers? They've told everyone else, but I'm interested. Do you believe there are tigers here too? That's for the local priest to discuss matters of faith. I don't believe the ideas of tigers is a sensible one, but not everything is so simple. You mean they live here after all? Oh Jesus, this is a long one. You take a sip for this. How can I tell you? According to zoological research, there aren't many predatory animals around here that can make wounds like that. The bear and the wolf. But in the mountains, there are also snow leopards. Or as it is called, ribis. Snow leopards are so cool, y'all. I love snow leopards. But isn't there a type of tiger that's called a Siberian tiger? I'm pretty sure that's what they were called. But maybe geographically where we are, we're too far north for that one. Because tigers also exist in India. They love water. So I don't know if they would be in like the frozen tundra. You know? But maybe so. But yeah, snow leopards are so pretty. But they're the ones that are critically endangered. They're basically almost extinct now. 'Cause it's mostly just where they live that's so treacherous. I've watched all kinds of stuff on them. They literally live in like the most treacherous like area ever. Because they live in the mountains. So it's hard for them to get food and hard for them to raise their young in such a terrible environment. I don't know. But I don't know if it's actually anything that we've done. Because they're still in the same place that they always were. And it's not like the mountains are gone, you know. So I think it's just the wild winters. Which, you know, maybe you could say that that's also us. Because it might be. But we won't get into that. Okay, so he says the snow leopard exists. It itself does not attack people. But sometimes, very rarely, it can mate with a tiger and produce viable offspring. Oh, snap. No zoologist denies that they used to live here. I don't know, I haven't seen them. but the fact that they occasionally interbreed with tigers is known to a few. Sir had little known mention of this fact. From such interbreeding are born individuals that are stronger, larger, and meaner than their parents. Their instincts are knocked out and they can attack anything smaller than they are. Humans in particular. Ooh. So cool. What about footprints? Why not footprints? And then what about the locals? What did they say? Oh, why no footprints? I can't say about the locals. I don't know, but I'm convinced it's a case of these tiger bars. It's a funny name. I study these wounds when I do an autopsy. That's all. Now that you know, my soul is at peace. Bro, I could, like, fix all these sentences for them. I could do it. I'm an English major, please. Please let me help you. Please. It's driving me nuts. But I also understand that it's translated, which is totally acceptable. Check out the camp before going to bed. No, we should check it out. Definitely. Shadow in the night. Why would we sit here in our cozy little spot when we don't know if tomorrow is going to be worse, you know? Once outside, Sabin decided to walk around the camp and survey the situation. How's the service, Private? What do you hear? Everything is fine, Your Excellency. Alright, keep your eyes open. We don't need any more deaths. Yes, Your Excellency. It's the fact that the guy was out in the forest, but they said it looked like he'd been dragged. So maybe he wasn't out in the forest. Ooh. Excuse me? Sabin walked around the perimeter of the camp. As the weather began to deteriorate again, a snowstorm was beginning again. Sabin was about to return to the car when suddenly there was a loud roar from the direction of the forest. What is it? Sabin stashed up his revolver and ran at the sound. Oh god, don't tell me I'm gonna have to shoot. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. This is the same thing that we saw earlier. The same frame. A dismembered body lay at the very edge of the woods, in about the same pose as the others devoured earlier. The detective crouched down beside the corpse to examine it, but suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he noticed some movement. Some scrawny figure's shadow flashed to his right. Sabin raised his gun. Don't shoot. Because we don't know who it is. We don't know. At the last moment, he took his finger off the trigger, catching familiar features in the figure approaching through the snow shroud. Because it said scrawny figure. So, I mean, it could be a person, but maybe we could take him. You know what I mean? Myself, Lieutenant, I almost shot you, recognizing your bear-like gait at the last second. Yes, it would have been a shame if you had shot me like an animal. I was doing my rounds, and a soldier told me that you came here. Let me see something. How do I get to the... Yeah, he did say bear-like gait. Thought maybe I read that wrong. Yes, it would have been a shame if you had shot me. I was doing my rounds, and a soldier told me that you came here. Oh my god, is there another one? Looks like it. I heard some strange growling coming from the woods. I ran towards the sound, and there it was. I found him. Recognize it? No, but in this darkness I wouldn't recognize my own mother. And it's starting to blizzard. That's true. So, I'm thinking that maybe, perhaps, so it can't be that guy, right? Because he was working, and he was doing stuff. Now, theoretically, that could be a cover-up, but And it also might not be an animal. Because they could just, like, kill the person and then make the sound and had us come. Like, I think that could have been, like, to lure us out there. But they didn't try to get us. They didn't try to hurt us, but it could be because the other guy approached us. I don't know. But if we know something's trying to take us out, then we kind of know that there has to be, it has to be a person. Right? Because, again, this doesn't make sense from animal logic at all. Unless, like the guy said, it's that weird thing. But that's such a rare, crazy, impossible chance. I don't know. But the next morning, the snowstorm had abated and then stopped altogether. The sun even came out, but the frost increased. God, I can't imagine living in such a treacherous place. All the paths are snowed in. The train leaves tonight. I'm taking the bodies to forensics. You, young lady, you're going to. Why would you do that? What will you do here? You finished your work. Did you hear what happened last night? We'll leave today. Are you with us? I'm gonna stay. No, I must decline. My mission is to find the case, identify the culprits if I can, stop these atrocities. We need to build up our strength. You can't do it alone. I wouldn't trust anyone here. There's something they're not telling me. They know something, but they won't tell me what it is. And we need to send armed men down here. Come with us. Report to your superiors. Get reinforcements. Then it's up to your superiors. Yeah, I think they're hiding something too, but it's always easy to say, like, the priest and, like, someone else, like, in charge is hiding something. Because, like, the priest especially, like, they're always gonna be like, oh, you know, like, it could be, you know, like, I don't know, they just hold such a, like, gossipy role. You know what I mean? Such a social role. That it's like, they have to be so in tune with that. Especially, you know, like, in a game like this, and in the time period that this is. I'm afraid that's not gonna work. This is the way we'll do it. I'll write you a report from my superiors. And this area's superiors. I will also give you the text of the telegram. You will send the telegram at once from the nearest station where there's a telegraph, and take the letter to St. Petersburg, to the post office. But the main thing is, still talking, somebody's here. So we're all gonna go. They were saying that they're gonna leave. Do you think that's actually gonna happen? Do you think something's gonna happen to the train and they won't be able to leave? Yes, it looks worse in light. Oh, goodness gracious. Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do a big picture? We have to. It's our job. A claw found at the scene of the death of a laborer. A bear claw. Lacerations, same as the other victims. Looks like overnight. It's been cold for a while. When the lady's done, have the body moved to the others. The train leaves today. The bodies will be taken to forensics. No, I'm staying. Oh my god. This guy is so sexist. He's getting on my nerves. Lieutenant, my dear fellow, don't you dare express yourself in front of her. It could have very unfortunate effect on your health, both physical and mental. No, Your Excellency, God forbid. You'd better give me a place to stay now that our comfortable carriage is leaving us. A place to sleep, papers to write, and people to talk to. Is a quarter at home okay? That's where we had lunch the first day. The doors are strong and the locks are quite secure. Very good, just what I need. Help me move my belongings so as not to delay you later. The weather's getting better. It won't be for long. See the ring of light around the sun and the feathers in the sky? It's gonna storm again soon. Okay. So are we playing as her now? I'm confused. Artemi, who's that? This guy. Yeah, okay, so he's convincing her to return. He's right to be persuasive, right? Oh, that's me! I couldn't tell from the side angle. Are you having doubts? You're staying, but what if you're mad at me? Would you leave? Oh god. Do you think if we ever stay, she's gonna die? It might be just a trust thing. Like, I think she should stay. I don't think she wants to leave. I'm gonna ask her to stay. I'm staying too. There's something here. I can feel it. Something we can't even imagine right now. Something inherently hostile. I'll risk using my powers against it. Your powers. That's right. I hope you've been able to see that I'm capable of something. There is a force here. A force unfriendly and extremely dangerous. She's got powers. Oh no, he's gonna be mad. So he's saying, is it really possible to winter in that, the shack that the house that the guy's giving us? But I think it's more of like a room. Very much so. This is, in fact, a real winter hut. According to Igor, even before they started building the tunnel, several huts were cut down here. It was clear that they wouldn't be able to do it by the winter. The house we were moved into was originally 5-walled. But both rooms were divided in half. It turned out to be 4 rooms. But now there are passageways. There are stoves in each room. She'll be able to live in the farthest room. There is only one door. Someone had earlier put iron deadbolts on all the doors from the inside. That's good. Then have him write a letter to her father. I'll deliver it to myself into my own hands. Have a safe journey. Yeah, we gotta make sure to keep her safe. And the sawdust. Why did they put them in there? What's sawdust? Oh, those are mosquitoes. Oh my gosh, mosquitoes. They can get between the frame and the first pane, but not beyond that. They just die there. Mosquitoes, gnats, deer flies, horse flies. Oh god, horse flies are horrible. They're the worst because they bite you, and then it's like 3 days later and it still itches like hell. Like usually a mosquito bite, it itches the next day, you know, you put Benadryl on it, whatever, and then you feel better, and it doesn't bother you after that. But horse flies, oh my god, I don't know what an autumn lighter is. Maybe that's like a firefly, I don't know. But those frickin' are terrible. I don't know what deer flies are either. But horse flies frickin' suck. There is no salvation from them. The only way to get rid of them is with double glazing. It seems that I am not accustomed to such local peculiarities. I've never seen such insects in St. Petersburg. They don't have mosquitoes like that there. Indeed, here in Siberia, mosquitoes are truly merciless. Solid oil, tar, and other lubricants help us, but they are by no means ideal solutions. Oil and tar? You put that on your body? Oh, that's terrible for your body. That's why we use double frames, an additional obstacle for mosquitoes. They do not allow them to get inside the hut. It is, of course, not the perfect defense, but at least makes life easier. In that case, let's hope winter lasts as long as possible. I've always tried to avoid mosquitoes, and now I have another reason to love Siberian winter. Savin liked it better in the hut than in the train compartment. There was a lot of space here. One could lay out his materials, talk to people, and most importantly, somehow breathe more calmly, freer than behind the walls of the car in a narrow compartment. Savin was busy putting his notes in order for several hours when he was distracted by the characteristic noise of the train, a sound that could be confused with anything else. It was accompanied by the excited shouts of the people from the camp, which was increasingly being called a settlement. So there is a group of people that are native to here, and then there's a group of people that are just here for the camp that are, they say it's becoming like a settlement. Is that like the workers? What happened? Why did you come back? Trouble has happened. The wooden bridge over the nearest fall has been destroyed. Okay. I need to get a picture of what's going on. Tell me. Who saw what? What are your thoughts? Yeah, so they couldn't leave anyway. I knew it. I had a premonition. If I hadn't gone to check on the driver and noticed the time that the bridge was missing, we'd all be at the bottom of the abyss. Or maybe someone blew it up. The railroad bridge collapsed from the snow. I had no idea that could happen. Yeah, something rumbled on the other side last night. Thought it was a winter storm. So everyone is trapped here, then. It is like Murder on the Orient Express. Or you're stuck there, you can't go anywhere. And it's very convenient for whoever's trying to kill everybody. Because they can, you know, kind of control the situation. You're stranded. And they could literally kill all the witnesses. It's a very nice bridge, God forgive me. Who would do such a thing? Your Excellency. I found this near the railroad tracks. Look, someone has lost it. I need to give it back. A suede glove, stained with snow and slightly torn. The fine craftsmanship reveals its expensive origin. Such an item seems out of place among the workers. Whose trace was left in the crowd near the train? Yeah, like you said, or we'll just all freeze here and starve to death. It's the devil's plot. They've left us here for the slaughter. They've locked us in, weapons for everyone. With God's help, we'll be saved. Hit him. And to try to rein him in. Yeah. His Excellency is speaking. Friends, we are now facing the difficulties that nature itself has put before us, but I am not giving up and I will not let us remain locked in this taiga. Panic, stop. We have the resources and abilities to overcome all obstacles. Let's think about how we will live on. What kind of friends are we to you? You're the superior. We're the workers. There, that's our goal. We can't use the alternate routes. They just don't exist. We can't go back. We can't use the forest trails. They're covered in snow. We can't build temporary bridges across the rivers to get through these obstacles. But we have on our hands axes, saws, tools, and our skills. Are we men or what? I'm a simple man myself. I'm used to manual labor. We have ammunition and guns. We'll hunt big game. Are there any experienced hunters here? There, we need to build more winter houses and settle in to wait the spring. And cover it with what? While it's winter, we'll use thin planks and a bunch of fir branches. When the snow piles to the top, it will be warm. and then we'll come up with something. Okay. We have stone for lining the tunnel. We'll build stoves. I know there are good carpenters here who put the braces and supports in the tunnel. There's also experienced masons. We won't fail, I promise you that. Now stop all work on the tunnel, and I'm throwing our forces into building a settlement. We won't be left behind. See, this could also be a plot where it's like he or someone is using him because they want this settlement built. There's something here that they want. So it's like an ulterior motive to make it like this is a dire situation. We need to build this settlement. You know what I mean? It could be something like that. But he couldn't just do that and then everybody would be sus, right? He has to make it a dire situation to where like, oh, this is totally not planned and had to happen. Kind of thing. The Emperor himself is supervising our construction. And the tunnel we are building is an important part of the railroad. The bridge will soon be rebuilt and they'll come to our aid. It won't be long now. The worst that awaits us is 2 or 3 months of winterization. Maybe just a couple weeks. Now I suggest we all get together in the warmth and drink to happy return of our people and the avoidance of disaster. Do you think Bro's acting strange? Him. Oh, please. You could tell he was as scared as a child. Let's think about what we should do. I'll take photos of the construction of the settlement and general work, as well as a diary of events. I have 2 more films with me. Is it worth it? It's necessary. No one will remember anything later. All the superiors will demand a report. And here I have a report from the field, and photos. You don't want to be accused of delaying the investigation, do you? I don't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. That's true. I didn't manage to photograph the ruined bridge. That's a pity. I hope to persuade the driver to take me there. Well, it's unlikely to happen. What am I supposed to do now? What do you mean? Same thing. Think and look for cause of death. The wind had picked up. With their heads down to protect themselves from the severe cold, Seven and Driva headed for the hut. See, I think that too many of the characters are too valuable to the plot for them to have them all leave, so I just kind of figured this would happen. Or maybe Bro would have just died, I don't know. And it would have been one of those things where you have to play it again, you know, to get more information. But it made sense that they probably wouldn't be able to leave. Oh, the demo. Fascinating, isn't it? This was just one of so many possible scenarios. Wow. This was so good, guys. It was so good. I liked it. But if you've got good writing, it's pretty easy to make me happy in a visual novel. But I don't like dating, like the romance ones. Like, Scarlet Hollow, you can pick someone, but that's, like, not the reason for the game, right? I can't handle a lot of the visual novels are not my cup of tea. But there have been a few that have been fantastic, so. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing this on the channel in the future, whenever it comes out. I think it said March 4th, 2025, which is odd because it is currently March 4th. It's out! It's actually out. Okay, and it's only $10, so maybe perhaps within the next few weeks I will play it. But we'll see. We'll see. It won't be long. I'll definitely play it. I just don't know if it'll be in the next week or not. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll definitely be playing more demos and some other series in the future. Please check it out. Subscribe if you like the content that you see. And know that I am working hard to make things better, to get my cam back. It's just still a mess in this room. I need to clean everything up and everything before I do that and set up my camera. But yeah, some changes are going to be coming. I'm going to get, probably at some point, I'm going to try to stream once a week. But I feel like I need to get my cam together before that, so. Anyway, yeah, I have a Luma Island series as well. I'm on, like, number 10. Just came out. And 11 should come out soon as well. So, anyway. Let me know if there's anything you guys think I should play, or, you know. Alrighty. See you guys in another one.